notes prepared. I don't know what to say.
Damn it, that's my whole act! It's animal tranquilizer.
Oh, speak of the devil. Oh my god, it was just a ghost. I'm so sorry.
The red ghost?
I'm losing my mind today. Okay, let's just get started.
Right. I'll tell you when
Yeah.
it's live.
Yeah, please hold your applause unless it's for me.
Okay, we're live.
You want some mock enthusiasm? Yeah!
Yes, all right, yeah, bring it up.
Holy, that's right.
Hello, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the LA School of Comedy Open Mic. It's Monday, a day in June 27th. All the days are blending together. It's been a pretty crazy couple of days. It feels like it's been going long. I heard that Barbara Streisand said that the Supreme Court is the American Taliban. I know. Yeah, she said AOC is the Jewish Gandhi as well. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. I know. Thank you so much for coming. Just a quick shout out. Haha Comedy over in North Hollywood is doing open mics 5 nights a week, as well as the Comedy Chateau. We got some great performers tonight. I think we're just going to jump into it because that's what we do on Monday. We come and we work. And yeah, let's just get to it. Let's start with our first performer. She's been out of town for a little bit, but now she's here. She's got a lot of great material. And just give it up for your very own host of LA School of Comedy, Charlotte.
Be going for your real host. My ex was so ugly. That's a horrible way to start.
How ugly was your ex?
Actually, she wasn't ugly. I just had to say it for the joke, but she's a great woman. No complaints. My ex was so ugly, even her vibrator got soft.
Hey, oh, hey.
So I saw my younger cousins when I was in Virginia, North Carolina, and it made me wonder, what I would tell my younger self. And so I would tell my younger self, if you have to Google, how do I know if I'm being groomed? You are. You are. If you have to Google, how do I know if I'm gay? You are. Straight people don't Google that. You know how people say they're in Spain, but without the S, like they're in pain? Have you seen that on the internet? It's like a play on words. Yeah. I think that I am in Spain, but without the P, I am insane. Today is PTSD Awareness Day, and personally, I wish I was less aware. So here's a story about my first girlfriend. So your first girlfriend, as someone who's queer, it's kind of really I don't know how to describe it, kind of affirming, because your whole life you've been told, oh, you just want this for attention, you're too young to know. It's having your first girlfriend, it's just solidified, and you're yes, I am, I know this. And so on our 6-month anniversary, I told her that I loved her, and she looked back at me and she said, I don't know if I'm a lesbian. I was oh, well, I love you no matter what, whether you're bisexual, pansexual, whatever, I love you. She said, I think I'm straight.
Oh!
My first relationship. That hurt. Yeah, I don't really know if I have anything else.
Well, you got 10 minutes.
10 minutes,
Keep it going.
damn.
Yeah. Or Ryan, 6, 7?
Yeah, 6.
6 more minutes, goddamn. I think I might have figured out that I might be bisexual, but just for one guy. Yeah, so I'm not really sure if I am, because I wouldn't really date him either. I don't know if this really qualifies. I kind of feel like I'm a joke to actual bisexual people. I don't know though. I'm just really confused, but I guess now I can tell people that I'm bi, and whether they take that as bipolar or bisexual, may be correct. Either way.
Maybe both?
Yeah, both, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just in this cycle of being really insanely obsessed with someone, and then I have to get over that by being irrationally obsessed with someone else. It's just this repeating cycle of self-destruction. So I can't wait for Spain, because I love Spanish women. one time last summer. I was only there for 5 weeks and my body count tripled.
Oh!
Oh.
And it wasn't from like 1 to 3, it was from like 20 to 60.
Sound right.
What? Yeah, I was there for 5 weeks and yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I don't really have a lot. Oh, I mean, this isn't stand up, but like last night I had a really creepy Uber. I was driving back from this guy's place. And it was literally like a 6-7 minute drive. And it was the Uber guy picked me up and I got in and he was very like flirting with me and stuff. And I was like, oh, like whatever. Like that happens pretty often. Like, yeah, pretty often.
Totally.
And this guy, he pulled off to the side of the road and asked if I just wanted to talk to him. Like, he pulled off to the side of the road, put the car in park, and he was like, just talk to me. And I was like, and he, like, locked the doors.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh my god!
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I'm just annoyed because that guy could have driven me home. We live 5 minutes apart.
Yeah.
And I was in this fucking situation. But I don't know. I don't think he likes me, so I didn't want to, make a fuss about it.
God.
Yeah. But I finally convinced him. I was like, oh, like, I have my older brother waiting at home for me.
Oh, nice.
After I said I lived with my girl roommate, but whatever. But yeah, so luckily I, like, convinced him to drive me back to my place. And then, like, when he dropped me off, like, he kept the doors locked. He's like, are you sure you don't want to take another trip with me? And I was like, I'm sure.
Oh.
I'm really sure.
It's an
Yeah.
abduction.
Almost.
When I was abducted.
Yeah. I've just felt all the trauma, so it's like the final one I need. It's like collecting the Infinity Stones.
Oh.
Okay, wait, how much more time do I have?
4.
Alright, I think that's good. I think that's enough.
All right, let's give it up for Charlotte.
Come on.
Oh,
Come on.
Very funny lady. Let's keep it going. I know there's it's just a really intimate crowd tonight. It's like we're on like a double date, but it's my kind of evening. And
Threesome and a twosome.
oh. I was gonna say I'm sorry about the ride, Charlotte. That's my fault. I should have been paying attention to the messages. Granted, we were both drunk. You know what I mean? So anyway, next time you got to leave a higher review than cancel ride. So that would be great. You guys hear that new Elvis movie's out?
Oh,
Yeah?
that's good.
Yeah, it looks really good, but the trailer kind of ruined it for me. I mean, I guess it's not fair. I read the audiobook already, so it doesn't really count. So we're working on some new material, guys. Anyway, we're gonna keep the show going because I like the momentum we're on. We got a wonderful performer tonight. She is doing a show at the Comedy Chateau on July 6th. That is Wednesday at the Chateau. It's a show you got to show up for, and you got to bring your talent. And there's gonna be some prizes, right?
Yeah, baby.
Hell yeah.
All right. So give you a warm round of applause for a fantastic performer. Very funny. Her name is Miho.
Yeah.
He said, Miho.
Meow.
Quite sure yet. My name is Miho Fuji. Miho. Be proud for next time, okay?
all right. Taking notes.
Thank you for introducing me. So, I've been depressed past few days. And, good thing I just moved nearby of this school, actually, across the street.
Woo.
I love here too much. I'm just kidding. I just really wanted to live across the street from Mormon Church. What an iconic place to live, right? I feel so LA. Not really. But, yeah. I've been depressed. And I've been getting angry. And then we should be, right? Growing up, I was horny kid.
Woo.
I was masturbating on the top of bunk bed. My sister knew probably, but I really didn't care. I'm sorry, sister. It's just too horny. Couldn't even care. And I began having sex, and I was always scared of pregnancy. Like that time. I mean, still now, Japan still doesn't have a other way than we don't have pill to get abortion yet. only those like not hunger but like close to hunger.
Hey now. Oh, hey.
Oh yeah, it's pretty bad. So I was, and it's super expensive, And then I was so scared. And whenever TV shows Juno, I was like, is this sign? No, I'm not pregnant. No, I am not, right? And I become adult, and it's really nice. Now I can watch Juno. Finally, it's good movie. I didn't know, and it's nice. I have like access to abortion, and then I can afford for it. I really can't have a baby. I am a big old baby. I have ADHD. My brain's already fucking like baby. And then if I'm gonna have an actual baby, usually like new divergencies, it's gonna be like next generation. So my kid is gonna be ADHD too. So I can't do that. That would be hell. I need a lot of money to take care of anything. I even barely can take care of dog. So yeah, abortion is just healthcare. We need that, like common sense. I came here to become feminist because Japan is still a little behind, even though United States like this, but still. Oh yeah, and yeah, I can't talk about America anymore. It's not a good example, and then it's kind of embarrassing. Like my mentor was America. It's kind of embarrassing. That's really sad. We gotta fix this, right? And I was thinking, what can I do? What can I do? Maybe as a protest, I should stop fucking men.
Woo.
Just fuck women.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dicks don't deserve my pussy anymore in this country. Yeah. They're like, we have no way to say no to their sperma. Like, why do you think I have to say no to, like, kill my child? It's unfair. Or, I can fuck a man, and I can eat them like Primentus.
Oh,
All right.
Only 2 choices we got right now to fix this country. I couldn't help to care. All right. Yeah. This country is fucked. I'm going to watch Top Gun Maverick again tomorrow.
Woo.
4DX.
Yeah.
Everyone watched it? Watched it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You two watched it?
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice? The 3 of us going Scientology together after the
Well,
show.
yeah. All right. Sign me up.
We're gonna carpool there, right? That movie is amazing. That movie is, even if it's not about Top Gun, you don't really have to watch the first one. It's Tom Cruise. It's Tom Cruise living funeral. It's like graduation of 90s Tom Cruise.
Oh.
It's really good movie. But I have one problem. Half of the movie, they're pilot on the airplane, so they're wearing mask. And then for 2 years, I've been suffering to recognize people mask on, like they all look same. And then there's 3 white male characters in a movie. I couldn't tell the difference. They all look same. It took 10 minutes for me to realize there's a name on the helmet. Seriously, that saved my life so much in a movie theater. Yeah, some people say this movie is propaganda.
Yeah.
And I thought about it. Yes, it is. I Googled Air Force porn right after that. Nothing pop up, but
Nothing?
propaganda is working. I want that porn now. Who's gonna make one?
It's out there.
It's out there? The dark web?
No.
Send me the link.
Rule 34.
Yeah. That's my bed.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. I have a couple minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, you do. Keep going.
Alexa. I use Alexa, and every day before I go to sleep, I ask her, "Hey, play rain music, rain sound." And then from yesterday, she began to tell me, "Also, in Amazon Music, there's a high quality music you can play in a rain sound. Do you want to try that? They charge without asking you. My account was charged for a year. So I was like, no, Alexa. And then she said, okay, I'm gonna play rain sound in low quality. Do you have to tell me that? I'm a broke ass and I can't afford for high quality rain sound. Thank you for telling me I'm broke, Alexa. It's fucking classism. All right, thank you.
All right. Nice. All right, give it up for Mio. Very funny.
Giving her some honest truths today. I love it. I absolutely love it. Alexa's a bitch. Straight up. She's listening to our conversations.
Oh, yeah.
If you do anything illegal, she's gonna report you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like she's just out to get you. She's Big Brother. It's funny, she's Big Brother. It's not Amazon, but you know, we blame a woman in this. I say that because it's messed up. Because
Yeah.
I see that Brad Pitt is getting older. He just said in Variety magazine that he's retiring, or he's getting older. It's getting harder for him to act. Guess he hasn't been a woman in Hollywood before. Yeah, it's tough. But I saw Top Gun 2. It was the second time, I went to the Americana. Have you guys been to the Americana before? It's pretty, Rick Caruso built Americana. He invested in the property and he could be our mayor in a few weeks. Maybe, yes, you guys feel good about that? Feel bad about that? Politics doesn't belong in comedy anymore, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it's, anyway, it looks like Disneyland. There's like a fountain. It's like, pew, pew, pew. It's just like shooting up. It looks like mini golf though, and it looks like somebody spilled. It looks like somebody spilled a bunch of perfume there. That's what it smells like. But I got there. I loved Top Gun because it was a wonderful experience. We'll figure it out one of these days. So that was it.
We're
No,
gonna smoke.
was it Eric?
No, we're just gonna smoke weed. I think he's gonna come back, smoke, go bathroom. He'll come back after our set. He's like, we're all chill. We can go.
We're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep the comedy going. We're gonna bring on a very funny gentleman. He's a very young man, you know. And I hate bringing on young talent because it reminds me of my death. And I want to go ahead and just give a warm hand of applause for our producer tonight, Ryan. Bring us your comedy and your musical theater, baby.
Hey, baby, come on.
Ooh. Hello. Okay, so I'm pretty tired, to be honest. I didn't get much sleep last night. But I've had a fun day. I mean, in general. Let's see what I want to talk about. So yeah, like, look at this. My pants fly. See what's kind of weird? Like, I don't know. Like, you see, it's not like, you can kind of see, like, into the zipper. It's like, it's like, you know, like how pants do that, you know. Like, for this, it's just annoying because it won't go away. It's like, I would say I'm, like, happy to see you, but it's more like I'm moderately adequate to be here. So it's like, I don't know. It's just something boring that annoys me because I like these pants, but, you know, it almost feels like I'm always ready to just get down to business.
Pre-boner.
Yeah. And, you know, like, I'm a person who's kind of out there. You know, I call my parents mommy and daddy. So, you know, don't kink shame me. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, yeah, I don't think of it like in a sexual way. It's just kind of like how I did it. I, you know, think it's boring. Mom, dad doesn't sound cool, and it's like more endearing. I think so. It's pretty cool. But it's like, you know, you kind of like you get to a limit where it's like, I don't know. I have Fred. You know, I got my like aunts, uncles, grandpa, and I have Fred. You know, Fred is my grandpa. We just call him Fred. It's just kind of like it felt like it. But then I also have Uncle Terry. But it turns out, like, I mean, he's not really even my uncle, so I can't really. I just call him Uncle Terry. That's what he tells me to tell people that. Yeah, you know. What do I? Let's see. Yeah, it's. You see my hair? It's pretty weird. I'm a redhead. If you couldn't tell, a little natural. It's pretty cool. Not really. You struggle a lot growing up. It's like you mean you stick out, but it's like you don't stick out enough to like claim racism or sexism and stuff. Like I can't like say anything against myself. I can't be like, hey, I protest again. I can't say anything. Like there's nothing against me. I just kind of like have to be there and be like, yeah, I'm the worst of everything. I'm white, male, and a redhead. It's like, I mean, my sexuality is also kind of like askew. It's just kind of like, just like my, I don't know, mentally, it's kind of like, it just kind of like goes with the flow. It changes, it alters, meanders, you might say. I've meandered throughout the road, but like, to go back to my hair, I had it long before, like a bit, pretty long, but I'm losing hair. I'm getting old, I can relate. Like, I'm already, the amount of hair that comes out of the shower, you would think I'm like I don't know, fucking woman going through menopause. I don't know, man. Like, it's like at that point. It's, but it's hard, because it's like, you want to seem cool, and then it's like, to be an actor, it's like you grow old, and it's like, fuck you, genetics. How am I gonna, like, get through life now with, being bald? But it's like, people do that. It's like, it happens, but like, I want to be that actor, that Hollywood dream. This is my movie maker. Without this, I am nothing. So, you got a little bit of Rogaine in there. So what I do, I'm taking those stuff, spray. I don't really know if it's working. They say it does, but it's, like, it's expensive too. They're really trying to make you do an arm and a leg, just for some hair. But what I've thought about is, like, when I look at just go to CVS and stuff, they make it hard to get Rogaine and stuff. They just, like, they're boring packaging and stuff. It's not like it's just a Rogaine for men, hair loss, and just blue and like white, and then Rogaine for women, and it's just like a little pinker. That's literally it. There's nothing really, I don't know, I think they're missing out on a whole branch of the queer community. Queer Rogaine. Of all the queer pride and of all the things going on right now, I know. Uh-huh. It's God. It's like, I think that they should. It's like they could easily hop on this market and sell it. All these queers going bald too. It's like it's just not like, it should be rainbow stuff, and they like, the applicators are pretty stupid. I feel like you could, I don't know, make one look like a dildo or something. Made into something. I don't know. I'll think of some more stuff for that. But I thought about that as I was putting it on today. I guess I picked it up, but yeah, I'll get more into that. But so I don't really do impressions, but I'll try one. What do you think? You think I should try one?
All right.
Okay, this is of a gay vampire. I want to suck your cock. And do you want to know what his name is?
What's his name?
My name is Count Dracula. Ka ka ka.
That was amazing.
Thank you. Came up with all the things I've said I came up with last night or today. That's a fun thing. I'm glad that some of those worked. I want to do some stuff about, like, I don't know, at one point, like, I want to get a nice bit about, like, how it is in the, like, I guess the gay community of, like, the terms and stuff. Like, you, like, got the twinks, of course, the queens. You got the otters, the bears, the twunks, the twink hunk. So they're like, yeah. So there's like bear otters, and I was like, I want to make a new one, like, for me, the platypus. So I'm thinking, like, I need to think a bit more stuff to it. But a good start, you think?
Yeah, man.
Think of live stream. You think that's Sunda? Sadly, Johnny V will not be with us today. He texted me. He's working hard. He said he's staying work till 9. They're laboring him out there. I don't know. He's on. What does he do? Movie sets? What is he? Is he acting, or is he just like?
I think he's a loan shark or something.
Yeah. I mean, like, I can't tell. Like, the thing is, what I do now, I've shown my friends. I show my friends Johnny V, like, clips and his Instagram, because I'm obsessed with his Instagram. Just shout out to Johnny Vinoker, Crashing Johnny V on Instagram for everyone if you just wanted to know. It's one of the best Instagrams out there, I'd say.
I think on Facebook, it's even better.
Facebook? Okay, well, I guess I'm missing out on some stuff. But it's pretty good stuff. I mean, I just wanna describe one of the posts for you guys that made me chuckle a bit and just made me appreciate Johnny V a bit more. So he's at America's Got Talent event. He's just like there, of course, just going. You know what he says? You gotta be where it happens. You gotta be where there's stuff going. That's what he says. He's always about that. Like, everything he posts is specifically about that. So he's there, and of course, he's gonna want a photo, a video, to show that he's been there, to show the world that you gotta be where it's happening. So at this point, he's, as far as I know, just from not asking him about it. From what I see, he handed his phone to a random person and asked to record it for him. Like he's like, "Hey, record this for me, man," and then just like gives it to him. And then he's like holding, and then the security guard's like, "You gotta leave. It's the end of the America's Got Talent." And he's like, "Come on, you gotta go." And he's like, "Come on, I'll be almost ready." And then he talks for about 45 seconds. Pretty much nonsense. But the end of it is just, you gotta be where it happens. He's here. Things at a big theater. There's big stuff happen. Gotta be there. I'm Johnny V. Stay classy. I don't know what he says. But it's pretty much that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, stay classy. Johnny V out here. That's how he talks. But Johnny V, good guy. Funny lad. So I'm saying he's social media games on fleek. But I feel like I've said everything I wanted to say. Thank you, everybody. This is Ryan Benson. RYAN.BENSON is my Insta. Follow me there. I do cool stuff. I'm quirky.
Woo!
Yeah, man. Come on.
Right on. Thank you.
Give it up for the quirky Ryan and his totally normal stalking of Johnny V. I think that's something we need more in this world. All right, Mike in the house. All right. We're going to keep the comedy going because that's what we do here. Let's give another round of applause for our producer, Ryan, for bringing some new material and making us laugh. I don't think I'm going to look at a gay vampire the same again. I'm going to be like, is that Robert Pattinson or is that Ryan? You know, I just don't know. Anyway, this next comedian, he's very funny. He's got a show off Broadway in 7th. He's going to be the lone Caucasian, he says.
That actually is true. But I would not have it any other way.
He wouldn't want it any other way. He's a friend. He's a very funny individual. Give you a round of applause for Patty! All right!
My God, keep it going for our own Armenian Bradley Cooper.
Oh,
yes.
you're too kind.
Yes. Yes.
That's me.
I'm Patty, or as Velda at the Santa Monica Department of Motor Vehicles referred to me last week, broke down Robin Thicke. That's how things are going for me. Yeah. That's how my life is going. A lot of pride, huh? Pride.
Yeah.
Pride is going fucking corporate, though.
Yeah.
You know, there's something invalid about, like my daughter, who, you know, she's an activist lawyer. She actually got me a new pair of those Nike cross dressers. Comes with a bra and panties. Yeah, actually. I'm wearing them right now. What are you gonna do? A lot of pride going around. You know what I mean? A lot of pride. Yeah. But, you know, I think it's a difficult time. Oh, by the way, just Ryan, he was complaining about being a young man and losing his hair. This is all mine, baby. All Patty's. Yeah? I do have chest hair implants, though. To remain fucking sexy. Very sexy chest hair implants. And Ryan, I think it's safe to say, and I think we all know, that to judge one person by the actions of a group is wrong. Do we agree?
Yes. Yeah.
Because that's what all redheads do. Yeah. All of them. Every fucking one of them. Do it. See what I'm saying? Here's an interesting fact. You know, the Catholic Church is against both abortion and masturbation. Right? I think one would alleviate the other. You know, masturbation is a touchy subject. You know what? You guys are a smart audience. Yes. That was a smart joke. Give yourself a hand. No, give yourself a hand. Oh my God! Good God, man! This is a you know, there are truths and there are untruths. Okay, there are truths and there are untruths, and we can say what we want, but the masculine arrogance kind of displayed. It fucking amazes me. Like in Georgia, they have because the federal laws struck down, or federal decisions struck down, they have a 6-week rule in Georgia. Are you familiar with this? Really? That's, you know, men made that rule because any woman knows that 6 weeks, you know, sometimes your period is a question mark. You know what I mean? Sometimes. They're not taken into, like, think about this. Okay, here's what's going to happen. Your ass is going to be torn up and your inner organs are going to be moved around. Now, there's a medical procedure that we can do that will prevent that, but we can't do it around here. Right? That's right. And by the way, this was caused by someone who you either don't really care for or has proven himself to be a douchebag. Right?
Yeah.
But, you know, here's a gun. You can have one of these. Hide it on your person. Shoot the baby after it comes out. That's the American fucking way. Listen, you have a right in the Constitution to bear arms. And apparently you have a constitutional responsibility to bear teeny tiny little future taxpayers. Teeny tiny little fucking future taxpayers. And here's the thing, I don't want to get canceled or anything. Okay? But you know, the Supreme Court is made up mostly of men. By that I mean dudes. I don't want to get in trouble with the definition. I mean dudes, or different chromosome having folks. And they have made a choice about a choice they will never have to make, about a choice they'll never have to choose that affects the people who may have to make that choice can choose. That's all fucked up. Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
That's all fucked up. Makes no sense. Oh, by the way, Uber is coming out with a new. It's called Uber abortion. Yeah, that's just like a regular Uber, but they just slam on the brakes real hard. So, you know, America adapts and adjusts. It fucking improvises. Very interesting and fun fact, Mike Moody. I caught him looking at his phone, so I was. Do you know that the majority of pro-lifers are unattractive women? If they get you, they want to keep you. You know, pro-life men are only pro-life until they knock up the waitress at Hooters, or their daughter is impregnated by a Puerto Rican fentanyl salesman. Then not only are they pro-choice, they will drive you to the clinic and pay for the abortion in cash. In cash. You know what I mean? How about that? How about that? I was raised fiercely, terminally fucking Catholic. So for me, you know, if I think about it, like my mother would yell stuff, crazy stuff when my mother was a religious fanatic, you know. She'd say, "Oh, Patty, you ever notice all the pro-abortion people have already been born?" Mommy, I'm 5. Can I have a Pop-Tart? Where's my doggy? It's a weird thing, man. I don't know quite what to say. I've written down some stuff I'm going to look at and figure out what I'm going to say. Here's the deal. We're okay with having a gun on our person that we can hide at Fuddruckers or McDonald's. That's okay, right? But we're America. We're number one. We're number one, right? Like having a gun on your person hidden as American as obesity or diabetes, which we're number one. Not in education though. We're number 27. By the way, number 27. Okay, that's why Johnny can shoot, but he can't fucking read. Right?
Yeah.
You know. And here's the deal: like abortion, you don't know whether you're going to get Hitler or Oprah. Right? You don't know how the fuck that's going to turn out. But when I think about the world. And I think about, like, if I had a fucking time machine, Mike Moody, there's a couple people I would get in the fucking time machine and I would go back and not only would I be pro-abortion, I would perform the abortion myself. You know, Harvey Weinstein, the Uvalde school shooter, most of the staff at the Santa Monica Department of Motor Vehicles. Have you been there? Fucking evil people. Because we were talking about the Elvis movie.
Yeah.
My mother had a fucking crazy Elvis complex. And you know, when she passed away, you find women have a secret drawer, just like men do. It's just smaller. And we found an Elvis vibrator.
No.
It had sideburns and 2 speeds: Love Me Tender and Jailhouse Rock. She loved the Elvis. What can I tell you? She was an Elvis lover. Oh, hey, here's a fun fact. Charlotte, are you ready for a fun fact?
I don't think I am.
Pro-life men, statistically, are the most likely demographic to commit suicide. Because they're most likely to have guns. Pro-life. You know,
Yeah.
their body, their choice. What'd you say? What'd you say that? Damn it! Let me see more of these. Here's the thing. American public school education not so good, you know? But that's why, you know, Johnny again can shoot but cannot read. Catholic school, if an assault happens at a Catholic school, you know, it's by a nun with a ruler or a priest with a penis. You know what I'm saying? So, like, even like the Boy Scouts of America, you are familiar with them? The Boy Scouts of America? I was a Boy Scout. I was a fucking Eagle Scout, you know that? I'm actually wearing my Eagle Scout thong right now.
Oh,
My Scoutmaster knitted it himself. It still fits. Woolly. It's a little itchy. But here's the thing. It's a grooming mechanism. The Boy Scouts of America is just like Top Gun. That's grooming you for the Air Force. The Boy Scouts of America, it grooms you for A, military service, and B, of course, that'll stand by pedophilia. Because the infantry, and I was in the infantry, is just camping with a firearm and an adversary. That's it. It's a hop, skip, and a fucking jump. And the thing about that Top Gun movie, which was a good, very jingoistic, you know, movie. Get ready, because we're getting ready. They're going to really put you in the, because Top Gun, big dick energy, or as I call it, American foreign policy. Get ready, because something's going to happen where we're going to bomb some brown people or some Asian people or some brown Asian people. It's going to happen. They're whipping us up. Because I'm older than you guys, as Ryan never ceases to point out. Did you read? Ryan's got a book he published himself. It's called The Business End of the Glory Hole. I don't know if you've read it. It's good for a young fella short on his cash. But I grew up, like, I came here from another country when I was very young, and the Vietnam War had just ended. So they had movies like Apocalypse Now or The Deer Hunter. Have you guys seen any of these movies?
Yeah.
Or Coming Home. And you never wanted to go to war. You saw those movies and you never wanted to go to a war. Then the 80s happened. Remember that second Rambo? First of all, I have some friends' fathers that were in Vietnam. I'm not that fucking old, you asshole. And we lost that war. When I say we, I wasn't there. And I'm not going to the next one, by the way, either. But they were hiding your nose to kill you. They were, you know what I mean? When Rambo, remember this, you ever see Rambo 2? He won the war with a bow and arrow. Bow and arrow! And then get ready, because shortly after that, guess what we were doing? Bombing brown people! It was a Top Gun, the first Top Gun was just a recruitment tool. That's it. Yeah. Listen, Ryan is wrapping me up. There's our own autistic Prince Harry right over there. It's interesting, you know, Ryan is a very ambitious guy, and apparently now he's got a job for the summer, which I find interesting, and I guess there was a problem at work. And, you know, apparently they need people to stay at jobs pretty badly now, because please don't measure your penis at work. That used to be a fucking fireable offense. They would not keep you around. But anyway, it makes me scared to eat at the Red Lobster. I'm going to just be honest with you. I'm not fucking going back either. So listen, you guys have been pretty mediocre. I really do care about each and every one of you, and I mean that. Did you buy it?
Yeah.
Did you buy it? Okay, good. But I will be appearing at Off-Broadway, which is downtown on 7th Street. I believe it's 221 East 7th Street. On Thursday. Friday, I'll be at the Giggling Pig in Rancho Cucamonga. And Saturday, the Muskie Pinata in Pacoima. I told 2 lies and 1 truth. Yeah, I'm at Paddy for Comedy, PADDY FOR COMEDY. I hope the least you ever get is the most you ever wish for. God bless you. And keep it going for your host, the man of the hour, Andre Ramahana.
That is my name. That is my name.
Give it up for Patty real quick, man. That was fun. Neat, dude. I think you're right for that show. I mean, so much going on. I mean, I don't even know where to begin, apart from probably going back to Top Gun. That's probably where the money's at, literally, figuratively. And also, that's where the Cougars are at, you know? After the movie, I just saw all these attractive women coming out of the theater, and I said, hey, danger zone's over here, okay? Yeah. Well, we can save that for another time. Anyway, I want to keep the momentum going because that was a fantastic set. I want to bring on another very funny comedian. He's been here a few times. He's going to bring us his brand, his style. Very fashionable. Mike Moody. Let's go.
Hey guys, how you guys doing? Oh, yeah, man. I love when Patty comes up here and does what he does.
Yeah.
Because Patty's a fucking dynamo to me. I fuck with Patty a lot. I fuck with how uncomfortable people are with what he's saying. Because I know it's real. That's how you know it's real these days. Like when people are talking and people are like, hold on, what's happening? And you're like, no, this is like the best shit ever. No, for real. Like, for real.
Yeah.
It was hard today to like really be honest. Man. A little bit about me. My name is Mike Moody. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. Yeah.
From Manassas.
Word, gangster, yeah. No, I grew with my grandparents, man. My parents passed away when I was young. Growing up with your grandparents is weird, man, because growing up with your grandparents is the only time you get beat, and then you ask them if they okay. You know what I mean? Like, are you all right? I hear you wheezing. And they're like, I'm good. I'm like, that's good, because it's almost dinner time, and I want to make sure that you're good. Man, I've been like really just working. You guys have been like back into the work game these days, semi. I
Yeah.
had to go into the office. That shit bothered me for like 2 weeks. I went to the office and they were like, yeah, nobody's been here since like 2020. And I walked in and like people had like all their shit like kind of like scattered around. But they weren't there. And it was like, it looked like the Rapture. And I was like, this is weird. That's what they said in the office. They said the Rapture. And I was like, yeah, how dare you bring up religion at work? But that's the only example I could think of seeing like halfway done wine bottles in the office. You know what I mean? Like in the break room and shit. I was like, this is fine. Who I have been swamped with that work. I don't like working because I feel like that we spent so much time not working. We proved that the world could work without us working. Am I the only one that realized that? I was like, holy shit, we don't even have to work. This is crazy. We're like 8 weeks in, guys. I look up, it's like months in and nobody's worked. He's like, as long as Amazon shows up, I'm fucking fine. I don't give a shit about anything else. As long as that shit is working, as long as I can get what I asked for with this Prime, I'm fine. Yeah, no, man. The world is like kind of like falling apart and shit. Like the whole like Roe v. Wade shit. It's crazy because like the way it just feels like the world's kind of like slowly unraveling and we're just like watching it and then we're like unraveling in the inside. It's really like that whole like. The world on the outside is really us on the inside, and we're like watching the world fall apart. Then we're like falling apart on the inside. You know what I mean? Like so, we're like sitting there trying to like figure it all out. Like and that's the thing. When you're trying to figure it all out, you're trying to like self-better yourself because it's the only thing you can really do. You know what I mean? And doing that is like a lot of work. Like, have you ever like walked to the store without headphones? Have you just listened to your own thoughts? Have you done that before? And the last time if you walked to the store with no headphones, you were like, this is the most negative podcast I've ever heard in my life. It's just two people telling me I'm not shit. They have a guest next week. You're like, who are these extra thoughts explaining to me what's going on in the world? And that's really fun. I think that the thing that's really interesting is the concept of the dating. Like, dating is so interesting these days, especially when you start in dating apps. Because dating apps are not the prime way to really start a relationship because the first conversation... See, because the thing is, like, when you do the dating app thing, what happens is you have this whole concept of... You're trying to figure out if that person is crazy on the first date. But in real life, you could figure that out in the conversation. If you met them, you could be like, oh, that motherfucker's crazy. You could walk away, and then they would be like, and you would know it, and you wouldn't, but 4 weeks into sitting on a dating app and then meeting them in the mall or meeting them at the movies, you're like, this motherfucker is crazy. I could have known this months ago. But no, like, dating apps are like hard, especially for guys. They're like the hardest for guys. Women are way better at dating apps. You know what I mean? because y'all have ghostwriters. You have like a team of writers. You know what I mean? Y'all screenshot the shit.
Yeah.
Send that shit to about 8 people.
At least.
And then you figure out a response. Yeah. And I was talking to one chick and I was like, what turns you on? She was like, intelligence. And I was like, it has to be more than that, right? I'm no expert. That's obviously an answer from the council. You know what I mean? You can't just get off on intelligence alone. I can be smart. I was like, what do you have, a dildo at home that spits out Alan Watts quotes? The desire not to desire is still a desire. She's just like at home sitting on knowledge and information. And, you know. So it is different. It's completely different, you know. So you're trying to figure that shit out these days. It's a lot. I mean, especially with like television, there's a lot these days. I mean, like nobody's at, like before we opened back up and the world opened back up, you know, everybody was like expressing their messages through television. You wanted to learn something about a group, you watched a movie or a show about the group and they would give you insight. That's how you learned. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys know, but that's what happened in a lot of the black shows. It happened like in Euphoria. Euphoria is not a black show. It kind of is, but the black shows in particularly are heavy with an extra layer of knowledge and information that you're not really looking for. You know what I mean? It kind of makes the show not fun. Like, if you ever watch like Lovecraft Country or Watchmen,
Yeah.
they're like the same show if you watch it like closely, pay attention to the trauma. You know what I mean? You know, somebody comes into the main character and they're like, hey, you have great power. He comes from a great lineage. The only thing you can't do is in systemic racism, go out there and be a hero. And then these black folks have to go out and be heroes. Do you know how hard it is to be 3/5 of a superhero? Because that's what those shows are about. I remember even like, I think that they really like play with that a lot. Like I remember when I was watching Watchmen, the first 20 minutes, the first like whole episode of Watchmen is just the Tulsa like burning of the town. And I was like, this is so unnecessary. Like who has power after this watching that? This might not be the audience for these jokes, but I just was like, God damn, like this is so much. Even like Watchmen, like you guys have seen Watchmen?
Yeah.
And Watchmen, and they come and they're like, hey, your dad, that's not your dad, and he's gay. And you're like, what am I going to do with this information? Like, is there a family trauma and superhero origin story that you're giving me at the same exact time? What's happening? It's like, what does it have to do with the magic? Like, this is crazy. I just want to like continue the story. I don't know. I'm starting to realize when I'm now at this place now, I'm like getting older and I'm realizing like relationships are completely different to me now. And like, and I'm at that place now, like, I feel like an old person, like when I think about the things in relationships that make me like stay around, you know what I mean? Like I was talking to one chick and like, I was around longer than I probably should have been. And you know, it wasn't like the weed or the sex or anything like that or the conversation. I just really like got the best sleep at her house, and that was weird to explain to her. I couldn't explain that to her, you know, I couldn't tell her that. She's like, I think we should see other people. And I'm like, yeah, I'll leave in the morning. I'm exhausted. I'll get out of here. I promise you that I will do better. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, to me, I feel like it's always just like a lot of extra shit like that these days. Especially like with work. Work is hard if you're working. Work is hard if you're working. If you're doing good at job, it's your job. Shit is completely weird if you're doing a great job at your job. Like, do you know that the lawyer that got Bill Cosby out of jail was a woman? Yeah. You sink into that is some shit to sink into. That is a lot. That is a whole lot. Do you think her friends let her have a good time at brunch? They probably fuck her up at brunch, you know what I mean? And, you know, it's probably all in good fun. They're drinking. And her friend's like, how was work, bitch? Keeping the weirdos on the street, I see. And she's like, he paid for this. And then they all have to humble themselves and drink drinks that were technically bought by Bill Cosby. So work is complicated because she's good at her job and things are not the way they used to be. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Good up, Mike Mooney. Very nice, man. Very funny.
Oh man, that is some good stuff. Definitely pass on the 2-drink minimum when you go watch that lawyer buy you a drink. I don't want that to happen. Man, so much to unpack here. Well, that's not my job. That's the job of our live streamers and everyone else to think about that. Very funny night. Very great material, great performers. Oh man, I've been your host, Andre Abrahamians. This has been the LA School of Comedy Open Mic. Thank you for coming tonight. Love a good intimate crowd. It's a great way to spend a Monday. And truth be told, man, whether you're doing a good job at work or not, it's still weird. You know, like you're doing a bad job at work, they're gonna be on your ass about everything. If you're doing a great job, you're just gonna hope you don't leave and you don't ask for promotion. It's just like corporate America puts us in that position where we can't do anything except keep showing up. So if you like comedy, if you like performing, keep showing up Monday, Wednesday, Friday at the LA School of Comedy, and we'll keep it going. And we're off. Thank you very much, guys. That was fun.